Thank you all for being here. My name is Christy Mahon. I own Dream Vacations, Escape Artist at Holidays. I have a full service travel agency and an advisor at your service. I'm excited to have you guys here tonight because I have been hosting these events for almost a year now. And for almost every week, I've had a different destination or a different kind of vacation, travel vacation style to feature every week. And tonight is going to be the last event. And it's pretty exciting because I've got one of the most unique partners in crime with me tonight, which is great. And that is Jeff Caesar from Rocky Mountaineer. And we are going to do some really great stuff. We're going to go across the Rocky Mountains in both Canada and the US for this very exciting trip. So welcome, Jeff, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Christy, for allowing me to be here and educate your clients on something, like you said, very unique and different. And I'm looking forward to sharing all I know. So thank you.
Excellent. We love getting people to just spill their brains. In addition to what Jeff's going to share with us tonight about these great itineraries that are so special, stick around till the end. I'll also talk to you about the benefits of working with a travel agent and kind of the latest news and information a little bit about health and safety when you travel and some other kind of tidbits about what's going on in the travel industry. While Jeff sets up to share his screen, I'll just remind everybody here, if you have questions or comments, feel free to put them in the chat box. I'll be keeping my eye on it. And in addition to that, like I said, if you stick around to the end, there's a little bit more to learn. So without any more from me, take it away, Jeff.
Thank you, Christy. Hello, everyone. I want to thank you all for your time, whether you're watching this live or another time that works best for you. Thank you so much. My name is Jeff, as Christy just said, and you're working with Christy. And I just have to say, Christy, she's amazing at what she does, not only with luxury train travel, but with cruises, river cruises, all-inclusives. I'm not trying to, make her, embarrass or anything, but she's really good at what she does. And you are working with one of the best. And not only is she really versed in so much expertise and knowledge on travel and vacationing, she has all the great tools and resources you need to be able to find out more information about, of course, this amazing trip of a lifetime with Rocky Mountaineer or other trips out there you may be more familiar or excited to check out. So just know you're working with one of the best. And Christy, thank you again for allowing me to be on these incredible little YouTube videos you've done. I think it's great, and the education should always continue. Even though you're saying this is the last, it's just because you're so busy. Just do one every 3 months, and that, I think,
it's
that
true.
would
It's true. I'm happy to do these when I can. I'm just thrilled that people are ready to plan their vacations, and I'm happy to be able to send them on their way. So very exciting times.
And I think you take travel and tourism away from people for a year and a half, and what does everyone want to do? They want to get out and travel and see the world.
Right.
So it's a great time to talk to you all and share with you what is going on with Rocky Mountaineer. First, let's just address the elephant in the room. Yeah, we're still in this pandemic, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There's, of course, vaccines that are out. The CDC announced earlier this year that if you become fully vaccinated, you should not have to quarantine when it comes to traveling. So in regards to Canada specifically, we all know Canada is moving things kind of slow. Just to be candid and transparent with you all, I have been told that around 4% of the entire population of Canada is fully vaccinated. However, over 50% of the population in Canada has one dose. They're supposed to receive over 11 million doses in the July month, which is just around the corner, which will help get those one dose vaccine members to 2. And then Canada will be leading the way in the entire world for one of the countries with the most vaccinated population. Things are looking great for Canada. In fact, Rocky Mountaineer will be operating starting July 5th. It may only be with Canadian citizens at this time, but things are, like I said, moving forward, staying optimistic and positive. We believe that August, as long as the vaccines continue to come through and people do choose to get vaccinated, Canada may be allowing the borders to be open for those who are fully vaccinated come earliest this August to get into Canada. September looks even more promising. If we're able to operate in August and September with international guests, we are looking, Rocky Mountaineer, to add more dates going until mid-November of the 2021 season. But still, you can lock in your 2022 dates now. The demand is incredible. Like, it's really, really something. Like I said, you take travel and tourism away, everyone wants to do it. So it's a unique time for me to touch base with you because we have some great promos, which I'll share with you on the new 2022 season. Some great terms and conditions that make things very risk-free, which is what you all need to know and be all about, because during these uncertain times, risk is something you don't need. Know that we're enhancing our screening and prevention procedures. We have air filtration systems on board all of our trains that kill 99.99% of all floating particles, bacteria, germs, all that nasty stuff. There are some different protocols, and we have a great website, www.rockymountaineer.com. I can give you like a gist of kind of the things we're doing to, enhance our screening and procedures. But I really encourage you to go to our website if you're really curious. It's a lot of information. For example, in Canada, we're going to handle things a little differently than we are for our US routes. 2 different countries, 2 different rules. Canada, everyone is going to having to do a rapid COVID test, whether you're fully vaccinated or not vaccinated. You'll be doing 2 rapid COVID tests before getting on our train. They show the results in 15 minutes. If they both show negative, you're good to go. If one's a negative and one's a positive, you got to do it again. If they're both positive, we'll let you do one more chance and hope they'll come back both negative. But we'll be doing everything we can following the guidelines of what Canada government is making, pretty much strict policy for the 2021 season. We'll be maintaining social distance on board. The cool thing about a train, we can add more train cars like an accordion and spread you out on board, maintaining that social distance on board. We will be asking you to wear face masks on board when you're getting on or off the train or walking through the train. When you're eating or drinking, of course. I haven't seen a face mask that has a straw connected to it. I'm sure someone's going to invent it, but it might be too late. Still, it's they're doing everything they can following the CDC guidelines. For the US, I think it's going to be less strict. We are hoping that we're start operating in the US by mid-August, and we're operating no matter what. So if you want to travel in 2021, I know it's uncertain still for Canada, but you want to get out, you want to see something in our backyard, being domestic, traveling and going to Southwest, think about Rocky Mountaineer, and we'll talk a little bit more in detail on the routes and what it's all about in just a couple slides. So experiencing the extraordinary is what we're all about. Our routes are this. First, to talk about Canada. We have 3 different routes. These are color coordinated, taking you from the West Coast, Vancouver, over to the beautiful Canadian Rockies, places like Banff, Lake Louise, Jasper. You can go eastbound, you can go westbound, you can do round trip Calgary or round trip Vancouver. You can work with your budget because Rocky Mountaineer, if you're not familiar, is a train and tour operator. We are a luxury, fine dining, seamless travel experience where you'll never sleep on board. Stay in hotels every night, because if you're sleeping, you're missing the sights, the scenery, the wildlife, and the wilderness. Now, one big recommendation I have is when you get to places like Banff, Lake Louise, Jasper, don't just do one night in these places. You need to do at least 2 nights, because what's going to happen if you just do one night Lake Louise, you're going to check in the evening and check out first thing in the morning, and you're going to regret rushing through this beautiful part of the world. Now, I know maybe some of you are thinking, hotels and transfers and tours, that's a lot to build into a train. Well, the cool thing is Rocky Mountaineer handles everything for you. We'll handle the hotels, all the transfers, tours, a majority of the meals. In fact, we can handle all meals. I personally don't recommend doing a meal plan with us, because then you're prepaying for your food. And some days you're going to eat a lot on the train. You'll have dinner at your hotel, but you're already full. You're not even hungry yet. You already prepaid for a 3-course meal, and you can't even eat it. Also, by prepaying, doing the meal plan, you'll be eating at your hotels. Some of these places like Jasper and Banff have 30 to 40 restaurants all within walking distance. My personal opinion, get out, try something local, try something different. Don't be stuck at your hotel. See the beautiful places that you are and slow time down and make the most of it. So that dotted green line between Jasper, Lake Louise, and Banff, that's the Columbia Icefield Parkway, been voted the most scenic highway in the world. And there's so much more. Later this presentation, I'll be sharing with you some itineraries that are very popular for this part of the Rocky Mountaineer in Canada. I'll also show you some great itineraries for the US route. The map below Canada is our new US route. We've been operating up in Canada for 30 years. And we're a family-owned and operated, privately owned company. And for our 31st year, 2021, in the middle of COVID, we decided to start a brand new route in the country of the US, which is amazing. This is not something we just did on a whim. We've been actually planning for this expansion over the past 5-6 years. In fact, when I joined Rocky Mountaineer over 7 years ago, they were dangling this carrot in front of me. And we were going to launch in 2022. But given the demand that we saw coming through after COVID, or when COVID was nearing its end, we thought this is the perfect time to launch our route. So we actually launched it a year early. The dates for Canada, just so you are aware, go from usually mid-April to mid-October. If once again we're able to operate in August or September, we may be extended our season in 2021 until mid-November. For the US, the dates are for 2021, our inaugural season, go from mid-August until mid-November. For 2022, they're going to be going from mid-April till mid-November, much longer period. And we're not just disappearing after one show. We're going to be here for many, many years to come. And once again, with us handling all your hotels, your tours, your sightseeing, the best thing about Rocky Mountaineer is we can be kind of customizable, working with your budget. You're choosing from 3-star properties to 5-diamond resorts, working with different tours that you want to do. It's a very unique type of experience, to say the least. And when it comes to our train on the US route, there is no other train in the world taking you into Moab. We're the only train that goes right into Moab, which is in the heart of the national parks of the Southwest in the US. You're right next to Arches, Canyonlands National Park, Dead Horse Point, Bryce Canyon, Zion, the Grand Canyon. So much to see and do. My personal opinion on the US route, start in either Salt Lake City, Utah, or Las Vegas, Nevada. Those are the 2 largest, closest airports to get to Moab. We handle, once again, all your touring and sightseeing, or you can rent a car through Rocky Mountaineer and do it at your own accord. We'll get to that a little later. But by going on the West Coast and heading eastbound, you're going to be doing all your touring and sightseeing up front, maybe 3 to 5 days of very busy, active days. And then you're going to be pampered in luxury and fine dining and really able to get all those calories you just burned back in your system. And instead of you having to say, like, I'm so worn out from my vacation, I need a vacation from a vacation. Well, by doing it this way, you are busy up front, you're able to relax and enjoy the train, eat like a king or a queen, and then go home feeling well relaxed. That's a great recommendation that I have for our US route. Let's get into the class of services that we have on board our train. Silverleaf is both offered up in the US and in Canada. It's a single-story car, panoramic views with an arched window at the top. You have an outdoor vestibule area on all these train cars that holds easily 6 to 8 people. Go outside anytime you like, soaking in the scenery as it passes by, taking a breath of fresh air anytime you like. On board, we have 3 hosts or hostesses who are going to handle all the history, the cultural facts, storytelling, and jokes, keeping you entertained, aware, and up to date of everything coming up ahead. All-inclusive alcohol is built into the package as well. On the train, it's an all-inclusive experience. Food, alcohol, everything is all put into the price. So you don't have to worry about any type of an upcharge or anything like that. When it comes to the Silverleaf class of food, you're looking at 1 to 2 appetizer options, 2 to 3 entree options, and a dessert option that will be plated and brought to your seat. These will be for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and change daily. It depends. Some routes have dinner, some routes have breakfast and lunch, some routes have all 3 meals. It depends on the itinerary that you're doing and how long you're going to be on the train. But our trains are only daylight traveling. We don't do anything past the nighttime because it's all about seeing and experiencing everything outside. Silverleaf Plus is a brand new class of service that we're only offering in the US. We have another class of service that has 2-story dome cars called our Gold Leaf. I'll talk about that in just 1 second. But the reason why we cannot use our Gold Leaf cars in the US is there's a series of tunnels that don't allow the height of our Gold Leaf cars to pass through. So what I recommend, if you want the best, you want to enhance your experience for a small upcharge of $395 to $495 per person, pending the time of year, you will get your Silverleaf class of service, but you also have a full lounge car called Silverleaf Plus. They'll be only open to those who upgrade to that certain fee. You'll have a bartender there offering premium alcoholic beverages. You'll have more variety of food options to choose from. And you're going to have another outdoor veranda space to take advantage of that's a little bigger than the Silverleaf car. So twice as much space to move around, really enhance your experience. It just adds so much for such a little bit of an upcharge. And these are only offered on the US routes. Gold Leaf is our two-story car, 360-degree dome windows on the top level. Here you have an outdoor veranda space on all these cars that holds easily 16 to 20 people, 3 times the size larger than what we have on Silverleaf. The picture windows below the word Rocky on the first level, that's your dining area. So instead of eating at your seat like you would on Silverleaf, you have a full dining area. Underneath the word Mountaineer, that is a kitchen, a kitchen that's also quite bigger, offering more variety of food options. Upstairs, of course, you have the great 360 dome window, which is fantastic. You have 4 hosts as opposed to 3, all-inclusive alcohol as well. And when it comes to the feast for the senses, like I said, more variety of food options, 2 to 3 appetizer options, 5 to 6 entree options, and multiple dessert options that change daily for all of your meals on board. My favorite place to be on the train is really our outdoor viewing platform, because it's just a great way to, once again, really take in all the sights and scenery. And our train's quite unique. Not only are we only traveling in daytime, never sleeping on board, the speed is a very big difference. Our average train speed is only 30 miles an hour. And we slow down to less than 5 miles an hour for all the bridges, the waterfalls, the wildlife, the wilderness, the canyons, the vistas, you name it. And that can be quite amazing. When it comes to wildlife, up in Canada, you're looking for bears, mountain goats, moose, elk, deer, coyotes, bighorn sheep. In the US, it's also bears, mountain lions, bison, deer, marmots, birds, bighorn sheep as well. And I don't think I'm missing anything there. But lots of wildlife all throughout these areas, which can honestly turn into a train safari, depending the time of year you go. And so I'll share with you those times right now. And also I want to mention, remember I said before about Christy having all the tools and resources, like great videos. If you're curious, like, well, I don't know what route has what and what the highlights are, we have 1 to 2 minute videos on every single route, 1 to 2 minute videos on our service levels, 1 to 2 minute videos on the destinations we're taking you to. And all you got to do is reach out to Christy and ask for all this great information. She's a wealth of knowledge and expertise, but also has everything you need to be able to plan a trip of a lifetime over the near future. For the Canada, we operate, like I said, mid-April to mid-October. Maybe this year it might be extended, which would be great. But in April, May, beginning of June, it's the end of hibernation. So statistically, you get a lot more wildlife at this time. There's more snow present on the mountains, ice on the lakes. In the summer, everything's lush green. Everything's in bloom. It's not surprising to go for a month or 2 without seeing a single drop of rain. Very hot, dry heat, and beautiful. In the September and October, it's all about the fall foliage with the leaves changing color. And this can also be very scenic and beautiful for those avid photographers or those who just want to see the fall colors. In the US, August and beginning of September, it's going to be hot in Utah, just being real, or Las Vegas or any of those. And then as it gets into September, October, and it's November, it's when the fall foliage takes over. It's when the weather really does come into like the mid 70s. And it's a beautiful time to travel through there. So, we will be operating a lot more in 2022 for our routes, but I mean, really, the wildlife is at a peak when it comes to its September and October timeframe, even November in the U.S., Rockies, and all the way into the Moab area. With our tours, what we've done is bundled and packaged the most popular, the most raved and reviewed tours people love. And what you can do if you're scared of heights, for example, like the tour in the bottom right, which is a glacial skywalk. It's like a bridge with see-through glass. We also have that offered up in the Grand Canyon. If you're scared of heights and don't want to do the bridge, you can take that out, put another tour in its place, or remove the tour in its entirety and see the price of your package drop. Now, small disclaimer. The US routes, it's our first season, it's inaugural season. The demand is kind of crazy. Customization is there, but it's not as vast as it is up in Canada. We have been there for many, many more years. We have a lot more hotels currently working with, a lot more tour options. Everything is a lot more in Canada, and you can do a lot more with customization. US, our first year of 2021, due to the demand, and I'm telling you, there's so much that's sold out already. Demand is crazy. If you want to book something in this year 2021, do it ASAP, and I'll talk more about some great promos coming up about this later. And so the demand for the national parks is really insane. Best thing about going with Rocky Mountaineer, you will be entered into the park. All of our tours are guided tours, having a tour guide. You're not going to be in lines. You're going to be treated like royalty. Everything you lock in with Rocky Mountaineer, we handle everything for you. There's none of that worries or concern about getting into the park or not. I'm hearing stories how people are waiting in lines. They paid for tickets, but they can't get into the park. It's so busy. All the tours are going in front of them and they're very upset. Well, we're one of those tours. So
I'm
we
glad
get
you mentioned
priority.
that because availability really is a challenge this year for a lot of different things. Just
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that feeling, like you said before, of the demand for people to get out of their own four walls, and especially with domestic travel, right?
Yeah,
It's
domestic
been
is strong. So
such an
just
easy thing for people to grab onto, to go after. And so going out, if it's something you're interested in doing for this year and next year too, availability is an issue. And it's not just talk. That's actually something we're seeing. I see it
it's
every
I'm
day.
being very honest with you all.
Yeah.
So that's how I am. I'm a very real person. So but the disclaimer is it's not as customizable due to the demand for the US route. Canada still has a lot more customization. There's still a lot of dates that are already sold out with hotels. Some of the hotels like the Fairmonts and such, Four Seasons, the Rimrock, they're seeing a lot of demand. And it's just, once again, travel and tourism is on now. People are booking and locking it in. So it's a great time to educate yourself about what's out there and start planning for the future. Some packages, as I referenced before, I would jump back to. For the Canadian Rockies, this is a great package. Our first passage to the West of Leisure, 2 and 2, 2 nights Lake Louise, 2 nights Banff. So you're able to enjoy time. You have a tour up the Columbia Icefield Parkway halfway, either eastbound or westbound. But this is a great experience. But my favorite one-way package is our Journey Through the Clouds Explorer. 2 days on the train, you get up to Jasper. Jasper is bear country. There are thousands of bears in Jasper. And if you want to be guaranteed to see a bear, I can't do that. But I can make it a very strong possibility that you will see it in Jasper. I've been there over 10 times, and every time I've gone, I've seen bears. So my record is 100%. So I'm just saying it's a very statistical, strong probability. If you were to go to Jasper and drive around the Columbia Icefield Parkway or go around the national parks of Jasper, seeing bears is more common than anywhere else because there are thousands of them. And it's also dangerous. So don't get out and try to, pet them. But here, the one in Lake Louise and the one in Banff is what I would strongly encourage adding and making a two nights and a 2 nights. So a 2 Jasper, 2 Lake Louise, 2 Banff, because once again, if you don't, you're going to regret rushing through this beautiful part of the world. By doing a 2-2-2, it will make this one-way trip a trip of a lifetime. And my favorite round trip, this is for those who have all the time in the world. It's 5 days on the Rocky Mountaineer train, 7 nights in the Canadian Rockies. This is a true check mark to experiencing the best that the Canadian Rockies have to offer. My favorite trip by far. It just comes down to time. For the US route, 2 itineraries, and no, for the US route, our first year, we have 10 different itineraries. I'm just sharing 2 of them with you, 2 that are actually quite in high demand, but giving you some ideas. This one is a self-drive, AKA renting a car. And we will encourage you to download an app on your phone, whether you're doing a rental car in Canada or the US. We offer both of these. And that way you're not being around people you don't know, especially given the COVID and all these kind of pandemic worries. You can do things at your own accord and go to the national park and leave when you want. You're not being told you got 30 minutes here and 2 hours here. And if you want to be told what's going on or where to go and not miss anything, you have that app, like a tour guide in your car, to tell you what's going on. Here, to or from Salt Lake City, Utah, depending which way you want to go. 2 nights in Moab, and as you're in Moab, you're able to, we have national park passes and everything's set for you to go visit Dead Horse Point, Arches National Park, Canyonlands National Park to experience those at times that work best for you while you're there. And then the train heading back to Denver or vice versa, going the other direction and leaving from Salt Lake City. Here are Rockies to Red Rocks Explorer. This one has the most famous national parks, I would say. It also includes the Grand Canyon, even though it's not on here. I promise you they stop there. But here it's several nights, and I don't remember how many nights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nights, 7 days, maybe. And here includes actually several meals. You have lots of different touring. You have a tour guide on your motor coach handling all the facts, telling you what's coming up ahead, and you'll be escorted from beginning to end, which is fantastic. And it's a great experience to see the best that the Southwest has to offer, all the national parks in our backyard. And so very popular route right here. Before I get into the promos, which I think is the best thing, and I see the time, I got 5 minutes left, so I'm right on schedule. I wanted to just kind of give you that peace of mind. Any of you ever heard of a site called TripAdvisor? It's a place where people spew hate and anger and negative feedback. We've been on there for 31 years since we started. We've maintained a 4.5 or higher And we've also been given the Certificate of Excellence for Customer Service over the past 20 years in a row. We have more awards and accolades than the Orient Express. National Geographic has given us best train trip to take for the past several years in a row. You can see some of these on here in front of you. And those awards were given to us during COVID. So anyway, I'm just going off what they give me. I just want to offer it's peace of mind. Whether you travel with us this year, next year, many years from now. First, know Rocky Mountaineer is not going anywhere. Second, we know what it takes to make a true trip of a lifetime. And we're really good at doing it too. Just ask Christy. Anyway, let's move on to the promos. Please know when it comes to Rocky Mountaineer, we don't discount, we don't rebate. We don't work with companies like Costco. The price is the price. The way our promos work, it's always the richest added value at the beginning of the season, and that slowly decreases as we get closer. So if you book early, you get more bang for your buck. If you book later, you're going to get less added value, and you may have to be more flexible on the dates or the hotels you want because things will be sold out, especially talking now. These days, demand is crazy. So for 2022, this is our first promo of the 2022 season. It started in March. It goes all the way until August 27th. It's the richest promo. After August 27th, it will decrease. But first, let me share with you what this is. Book 7 nights or longer. Receive up to $800 per couple. 2 free hotel nights, either in Vancouver or Calgary. A limo transfer, either to or from the airport. So you decide whether you want to arrive or end in style. And a free dinner at your hotel choice, up to $800. It ends August 27th. The best thing is your deposit is risk-free, 100% refundable until December 3rd, 2021. Now that's big because Rocky Mountaineer has always been, prior to COVID, non-refundable. And so having our deposits being refundable for the first time in history is a big deal. So take advantage of it. Lock in the hotels, the dates you want before they're sold out. Get the biggest bang for your buck. After August 27th, the promo will drop to up to $600 per couple, and you'll lose one of your free hotel nights. So it'll just be one hotel night, one airport transfer, and one dinner. After January 1st, 2022, it will drop to $400 per couple. And after April 1st, 2022, it will drop to $200 per couple. That's me being as honest as possible. And that's what's going to happen. For our US routes, we have a brand new promo that just started. We have a lot more inventory available in August. So this is, of course, incentivizing August. The rest of the season is seeing a lot of demand. But if you would like to go and get a little more bang for your buck, $300 per couple by going anytime in August, either eastbound or westbound. The best thing about all 2021 bookings, it's completely 100% risk-free, refundable until 30 days prior to your departure. That's a very good, I would say, flexible, risk-free opportunity to lock a trip that you know is not going to be suspended. We are 100% going. It's happening. And whether you're vaccinated or not, it doesn't matter. You may have to take a rapid COVID test to get on the train, but I think it's going to be an amazing experience. And just like how we do in Canada, we're taking you to places that are no other train is getting you over to. And over 60% of the tracks around in the U.S. are following the mighty Colorado River. A majority of the places that we pass by are places you cannot access or even get to via motor coach or car. They're only viewable by the train. And it's such a unique experience. And then we're getting into the heart of the best the Southwest has to offer, all the national parks. And we're guaranteeing you everything that you're paying for, where you're going to get into the national parks. You're going to spend 3 to 4 hours in each of these. You're going to have guided tours, and you're not going to be sitting in lines or waiting in a bus waiting to get in. You get the immediate access, and that's great. Plus hotels. If you see the demand out there, we are the one tour operator that has the most hotel space locked in for the 2021 season and soon to be launched 2022. Our 2022 season for the US route is not yet completely out. We are owning all of our hotel blocks. That way we can be more customizable and work with your budget. The issue is that we have several hotels still that are holding contracts and they have not yet signed their contract. So we are making a deadline by July 1st. We're going live no matter what, whether we have the hotel contracts or not. If we don't have the contract, we're not going to be using the hotel. So July 1st, we should be starting to operate our 2022 Rockies to Red Rocks season. And if you'd like to get on that, that's a great time to do it. 7:30 right at the top. Even though we started 2 minutes late, I would say that's fantastic. And I would love to bring Christy back here and to add whatever she likes and take over the screen. And then it's great time for Q&A after Christy talks. So Christy, floor is yours.
Thank you. That was really great. Lots of great information crammed in really tight. Man, that was good.
I try.
For you. And I know it's something I've talked to some of my clients about the activity level. Because a lot of the places that you guys are visiting as part of the tour, not obviously the part where you're sitting on the tour bus or you're sitting in the train, but what kind of activity level can people expect or maybe opt in or out of?
Yeah, I mean, great question. So our average demographic, just to be chronic real with you all, is between 55 and 75, average age being the mid 60s, 82% married, 65% retired. Now, we offer a ton of tours. We have add-on tours also for the US, and tours range from those who are mobility challenge where they really can't walk too much and they can get off a motor coach or a rental car and walk a few steps to see a site, take some pictures and walk a few steps back. Or we have tours that have extensive hiking. We have whitewater rafting up in Canada. We have unique experiences that are more for the active, I would say, person who is definitely very healthy and, and able to do a lot. So it really ranges. We have a lot more, I would say, that go towards our main demographic. But really, we even like bicycle tours around Vancouver and things like that. And people, I mean, these days are very healthy. And I've seen 80-year-olds on the biking for hours around the city of Vancouver and have no problem with it. So, to each his own, but we
Right.
really offer quite a mix of all different types of experiences. And what's best about this is you can really take the tools and resources that Christy has, and I'll make sure she has all of those added different tours, so you can kind of look through all of them at your own time and find out what you think is best for you and create your own unique vacation, doing what you want to do when you want to do it with the budget that works best for you.
That's right. It's really important for me working with my clients is to really tailor the trip for them. And that's part and parcel of why you work with an agent. If you just kind of Google, excuse me, Google a vacation, you get so much information, you don't know what to do with it. But
working I can tell I've been there. I've breathe.
It does, it changes it. So, being able to have that kind of deep bench, right? Lots of different things that you offer, different styles, different hotels, all these things really gives me an opportunity to make what might sound from the outset to be like a kind of off the shelf kind of trip, really customized to really suit your personal interests, exclude things you don't care about, and make it suit you all the way down to your shoes, right? Like how much walking you want to do and stuff. So it really does make a difference to work with an agent. And thank you for going over the promos and stuff. Part of my job is to also, talk to you about the kind of vacation you want to have, but keep my eyes peeled for those promotions. And one of the great things about Rocky Mountaineers is they're so upfront with this is the next, 8 months worth of promotions. No surprises, no like, oh, I booked it yesterday, it's better. That's not how they roll. So
nope, exactly. No one-day sales or anything like that. I've been with a supplier before that who did that, and it's rough because then you're in competition not only with everyone else out there, but with yourself. Because people want, oh, but I booked it last week and I want this one now, and I'm going to cancel and rebook. It's just like,
I know that when I book one of these tour packages for my clients, not only are they going to get the best offer they can get today, but it's going to be customized for them. And that's really important. My goal is to make it a very stress-free trip for you. So all those logistics that Jeff was talking about all the little parts and pieces, the nuts and bolts, like the airport transfers and flights and all that stuff, all of those things are part of a package I put together for my clients. This way you just get to go on a great trip and you don't have to worry about anything. That's really important. And more than ever, being an advocate for my clients, to educate them about what their choices are, what's out there in the marketplace, and to kind of set expectations about where they're going. Especially now, what's open, what's not, what kind of waits there are for the general public versus you with your VIP access to get places. Educating people so they're making wise decisions. I mean, even though now people are very anxious to quickly take that vacation, get me out of these four walls. It's important to make the wisest decision. I mean, vacations are especially kind of the vacation of a lifetime vacation, right? Like these really special vacations, you're spending some money on them. I want you to make the best decisions with your vacation dollars to get the best experience you're going to have. And I'm in your corner. I can also tell you guys that over the last year plus of vacation challenges, I've gotten back 98% of every dollar that my clients had to kind of juggle quickly, right? Oh my gosh, my cruise got canceled, my resort, oh, the country's closed, all these crazy things. I go to bat for my clients in all these situations. You go it alone, you don't know what you don't know. So it's important to work with an agent. You can also go up to my website, and I'll give you guys my my link in a minute, to see all these great travel and travel safety documents. I have done some great training, and it's ongoing, about staying very current in what is true right now, and then tomorrow, and the week after that, and the week after that, about travel with different companies in different countries, rules and regs, including how to come back home. Now, when you stay, of course, when you stay domestic, that makes things a little simpler. But we've got lots of great resources, not just me. I'll be here as your resource, but there's great stuff up on my website. To thank all of you for registering today. If you are interested in booking a qualifying Rocky Mountaineer vacation between now and July 18th, so it's not quite a month, for travel this year or next year, you can receive up to $150 discount from my agency. So let's get chatting. So how do we do that? Oh, that's pretty easy too. If you're not already on my mailing list, you will be. And if you want to get a hold of me before I do that, you can always reach out to me. This is my phone number and my email. And like I said, go to my website. It's escapeartistholidays.com. There's lots of great vacation ideas up there. There's lots of great resources. And there's this great contest. We are giving away a river cruise. Yeah, a river cruise. How cool is that? But you got to be in it to win it. So if you go to my website and you see this picture, there's a little link that says click here to register. Check it out. No harm, no foul. You just might win a river cruise. Jeff, you should do that too. By all means, follow me on social media. I'm always posting things about what's new going on, new great destinations to visit. Of course, the ever-changing face of travel, and some great promotions. And like I said at the beginning, this was our last regularly scheduled weekly event. But you can see all of them, including this one. So if you saw something you like tonight, but you're like missed a bit, or you want to share it with a friend, all of them are going to be posted, all of them, including this one, posted up on my YouTube channel. So you can access that right through my website as well. So lots of great information for you to share. Stay inspired. We've been all over the world this past year, the Galapagos, Tahiti, close to home, far away, cold climate, warm climate, you name it. We've kind of done it all. I know my bucket list grew this year. So if anybody has any questions, kind of speak now, or I will hopefully touch base with you soon. I want to thank Jeff. Again, that was a really great presentation. Thank you so much for your time tonight. I really appreciate it.
I can't thank you enough for allowing me to do this and all your support. So honestly, kudos to you for doing this to educate your clients, because I think that's what shows what type of travel advisor you are. You're looking out for their best interest. And once again, you're one of the best. So thank you, Christy.
Thank you. I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. And I will reach out to all of you with an email to let you kind of get some access to some Rocky Mountaineer info. And I'll stay in touch. So thank you, everybody. Please stay safe, be well, and have a great summer. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Good night.